All right, shalom, shalom. This is Brother Azamawat once again with another lesson. First and foremost, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakar Kodash. It's all praise to the Heavenly Father, His Son's name, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Real name in Hebrew is Yahushua. Also give Him praise, honor, and glory to the Holy Spirit as well, which is what makes His edification possible. All right, today, what I want to go into is basically Israel, knowing the time of judgment. Knowing the time of judgment, knowing these prophecies and having this testimony of our Lord Yahweh Shah is very vital, for our people to stay alive, right? Because I heard, from personal testimony, past day or two, I heard something come out of, an individual's mouth, that I consider, to be a brother, and it was quite disturbing, and he said we could be here for a long time, man, right? And I did not receive that. And why? Because there's no way you can tell me after you can, clearly observe everything that's going on in planet Earth right now, especially amongst our people, and Esau, Edom, that we're going to be here for a long time, right? And this is why we always dig into prophecy, man. Pretty much on every lesson or every other lesson, prophecy is being brought out. Why? Because it's being brought out for a reason. Because this is what's basically going to keep you alive, right? And we're going to get some examples in scriptures how with Israel not knowing the time of their visitation caused them to be basically stumbled upon, man, right, from the enemies. And it was judgment of the Lord because Israel doesn't know time, man, right? So nonetheless, let's get this real quick. In Luke 12, right, and it just didn't come out of this individual's mouth, right, but it also comes out of, I hear it quite often, and even amongst, certain Israelites who don't frequently push out the spirit of prophecy, often enough, you're basically siding on the same side, man, right? Because everything's coming down to the wire now, right? Yahweh Shah and those that are his are being made manifest, right? And the ones that are not his, they're also being made manifest as well, man. All right. This is Luke 12 and 40. In the NLT, he says, you must be ready all the time. He said, you must be ready all the time, for the Son of Man will come when least expected. Right. And we got to understand, and we got to remember that he's going to come when you're least expecting it. If you're saying that we got a long time here, we got 50 years, or we got, however many, hundreds of years or whatever left, man. Right? You clearly going off according to scriptures, right? Just look at some of the current events going on, right? You got, for starters, right? You have, the vaccine, right? That the mandatory draconian laws set up in place for the vaccine jab. Then they're already talking about, brain chips. And then that's going to, that's ushering in the whole MOB movement. And then you got the LGBT, Q, the alphabet community, right? You got our people waking up, right? Knowing that they're Israelites. You got Esau, Edom, right? Confessing that he's Esau, right? It's just so many things going on, man, right? But yet we got, hundreds of years left. We got a long time here. No, man. The Lord ain't dealing with that at all, right? So let's get some more scriptures, right? Because as a matter of fact, let me get this real quick, because that irked me to my spirit, man. And this is what made me do a video on this. And at first I wasn't going to do it, but I had to. It's Ezekiel 23. I believe it's 23. Let's see. Salaki, give me 1 second. Maybe 28. Salaki, not. It's let me look it up over here. Ezekiel 13, 22. Yeah. It's Ezekiel 13 and 22. And this whole chapter is going into false prophets, right? And that's another indicator that you're at the end of time, right? You get the rise of false prophets. All right, we always go into Esau, Edom. We always go into these wars and rumors of wars to let us know that we're here, you know, in the brink of this age, where we're here at the end of this age, right? But one thing that cannot be overlooked is the rise of false prophets, man, and heretics, right? This is Ezekiel 13 and 22. He says, because with lies, right? Because with lies, you have made the heart of the righteous sad, right? See, and I was sad, man, right? Well, more so angry and frustrated when I heard that being uttered from that particular individual, right? That we can be here for a long time, right? And we'll go into, you know, his reasoning behind that, right? But he said, because with lies, you have made the heart of the righteous sad, whom I have not made sad, and strengthen the hands of the wicked, right? Because you strengthen the hands of the wicked, basically, because by default, by you saying that, you're telling the wicked that you have more life left. No, but we're telling Esau, Edom, your time is up, right? But the false prophets are basically overdoing, they're opposing what the true men of the Lord are saying, or what the Spirit of the Lord is saying through the men, whom I have not made sad, and strengthened the hands of the wicked, that he should not return from his wicked way by promising him life. Says verse 23, therefore you shall see no more vanity nor divine divinations, for I will deliver my people out of your hand, and ye shall know that I'm Yahweh. Right. Let's go over here real quick, because this is what Israel's mindset was back then as it is today, man. Right. This is Ezekiel 12. I'm going to start at verse 21. And he says, and the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, son of man, what is this proverb that ye have in the land of Israel? Saying, the days are prolonged. See that? The days are prolonged, and every vision faileth. Now, if we just go into this word vision, it's Hazan. And what does it say? Prophecy, divine communication. Right. So when So when people say that these prophecies are long and drawn out, right? The prophecy of Yahweh Shah, him coming back, right? You're basically saying that that vision and that prophecy, right, it's being prolonged. The days are prolonged, right? But what did Yahweh Shah say? He said the days are short, right? And we're gonna get some scriptures, man, right? Because once again, you shouldn't basically be putting off that vibration in the midst of Israel, right? As if, you know, you're wooing, as if everything's okay, man, right? As if, you know, because what scripture say? You're supposed to hasten the day of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, or Yahweh Shah. You're supposed to hasten these days, man, to flee from them, right? But you saying that we're going to be here for a long time, that and by no means is hastening the day. You're delaying it, man. Right? Verse 23 says, tell them, therefore, thus saith Yahweh power, I will make this proverb to cease. All right. And how's he making that proverb to cease? Well, he's just going to start showing you signs, man. All right. But once again, Israel don't pay attention to the signs. They see the signs, but they're not charging it to mind. All right. He says, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying right now through the Spirit. The days are at hand, and the effect of every vision, of every prophecy that's been written in this book, it's at hand, man. It's shortly to come to pass, not a long time from now. Verse 24, for there shall be no more any vain vision, right? And that was a vain prophecy or vain speculation of that individual to make, right? For there shall be no more any vain vision, nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. I am Yahweh, I will speak. And the word that and how does Yahweh speak, man? Through the mouth of his prophets, his true prophets. He says, for I'm Yahweh, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass, and it shall no more be prolonged for in your days. Right. And this is why you see insurrection, worldwide at this point, man. Right. France, they got total martial law, kicked off. You know, they got riots in LA. You know, the mandates are back. Oh man, it's so much stuff going on. You can't even, you can't even keep up. But yet we have a long time to go, man. No, we are here. And just because you don't see it doesn't mean that that gives you the right to push that vibration out in the midst of this very impressionable people. But we already know that the elect will not be deceived, man. Right. And this is why I hasten the day even more, right? Because it will be so enticing, right, that even the elect, will almost be deceived, man, according to Yahweh Shah. But he says that they won't be deceived. That's why he's got to shorten these days, man. Yahweh Shah said he's shortening the days. It's not gonna be prolonged. You think he's about to allow Esau Edom to continue to master his craft in witchcraft and sorcery and divination and these smooth sayings and all these things, to basically woo all of Israel back to sleep? No, the Lord's about to cut this man's time off. All right, he says, "O rebellious house, will I say the word, and will perform it, saith Yahweh power." Verse 26, again, the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth, check this out. Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel. This is the house of Israel, the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. They say, the vision that he seeth, right? The vision that who seeth? The true prophets, man. The prophecies that the true prophet seeth, they say that it is for many days to come. See that? And he prophesieth of the times that are far off. Therefore say unto them, thus saith Yahweh power, there shall none of my words be prolonged anymore. This is a cut on you, man. Right? And I don't know if you're watching or whatever, but if you so happen to stumble across this video, well, good, man. And Lord willing, you'll repent and correct your ways and stop pushing that vibration. And this goes for anybody who doesn't have this this hastening spirit. Now we know, along with this hastening to flee these times, you got to hasten with patience. All right, you still got to have patience, but I don't mean that you just kick your feet up and further settle your roots here in Babylon. There's too many Israelites that's being comfortable being Israelites in Babylon, man. Just wearing fringes and just still working a 9 to 5. No, man, this ain't it, bro. This ain't it. This ain't it, bro. That ain't what the Lord woke us up for. He woke us up so we could get the hell up out of here soon. Therefore say unto them, thus saith Yahweh power, there shall none of my words be prolonged anymore, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith Yahweh power. Yeah, this is out of Yahweh's own mouth. He said none of his words will be prolonged anymore. All right. So no, we don't have a long time here. All right. And I don't see why any Israelite will want to have a long time here, man. When you cool paying child support, all right, you cool, like I said, working a 9 to 5, you cool paying taxes. All right. But there's no telling what that individual's lifestyle consists of. He may have everything that he wants, right? And everything that he needs, got him a nest egg saved up, got a beautiful wife and kids and family and all that. All right. So what do you have to really, look forward to? This is why David said in Psalm 68, Lord, let their table be a snare and a trap unto them. All right. So let's go over here to Matthew 16. Verse 1 says, the Pharisees also with the Sadducees came and tempting desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven. And that's what Israel really wants at the end of the day. They really just want to see the sign. They want to see a sign, man. When the Lord is giving Jake a sign every single day, man. Right? The very fact that you woke up to the fact that you're Israelite, right? And he, basically gave you pastors, that'll feed you with knowledge according to his heart, rose up prophets in the midst of Babylon. That's the only sign that you need, man. Right? Anyway, verse 2, he says, He answered and said unto them, when it is evening, you say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. And in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky, but you cannot discern the signs of the time. See that? Let's read that again. In the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky, but you cannot discern the signs of the times. And why is that? Because one, you can actually see with your carnal eyes, and the other ones, it takes you to have to tap into the spirit man in order to discern. Right? That's why 1 Corinthians chapter 2 says that, as a matter of fact, let's just grab it. Let's just grab it real quick. 1 Corinthians 2 and 14. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the spirit of Yahweh, for they are foolishness unto him. Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. Yeah, that's how you actually discern the signs of the times. It's through the spirit. And we know that the spirit is not, dealing with everyone equally, man. All right. And this is why you have, once again, certain individuals basically trying to woo Israel back to sleep, man. Trying to woo Israel back to that state of being content and comfortable in fucking Babylon the Great, man. Right? Well, this is where the spirit has set up myself and plenty of other brothers, that's in the same spirit to combat those false prophets, man. Right? So let's go over here to Ecclesiastes 8 and 5. It says, whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing. And a part of that keeping that commandment is what? Pay attention to prophecies and obey the voice of the prophets. It says, and a wise man's heart, meaning a wise man's mind, discerneth both time and judgment. See that? And that's why Jake don't understand what the hell is going on right now, because he doesn't have a wise man's mind inside of him. So he can't discern both time and judgment. But he can discern if it's going to rain today just by looking up in the sky, right? But you can see all these things going on, right? How Biden is about to come down with full force, right? You can discern, right? How once again, the alphabet community, they're taking over. All right, well, what were some of the, what did Yahweh Shah say, will be the end of all those things? His coming, man. Right, when you see all those things, that's why he gave you the parable of the fig tree in Matthew chapter 24. Matthew 24 tells you everything you need to know, right, in order to discern the signs of the times. All right, but once again, these things they escape, most Israelites, the 2/3, the ones who wasn't given to. All right, let's get this real quick. Jeremiah 8 and 7. He says, yea, the stork in the heaven, and the stork is a bird. Yea, the stork in the heaven, meaning the bird in the sky, knoweth her appointed times. All right, yeah, a bird, she knows when to fly south, right? Well, it's wintertime. I feel that cold breeze. I felt that north wind. It's time for me to, fly to the south. All right, well, it says a stork in the heaven knows her appointed time, and the turtle and the crane and the swallow observe the time of their coming. But my people, and who's the Lord's people? The so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, the Israelites. But my people know not the judgment of the Lord. While Yahweh Shah is over here giving you all these prophecies, we can literally go on this article right now and just look at all these major events that have been happening worldwide within the past 12 hours. But guess what? The Lord's people still ain't gonna know what's going on. All right. So you have no excuse, Jake. All right, but once again, the Lord has closed their eyes, man. He has closed their eyes so they can see not, and closed their ears so they can hear not, because it wasn't given unto them. Right. And I don't care how many breakdowns I don't care how many scriptures you can memorize. I don't care, how good you look out there holding count. Guess what? If you don't know the time, you done, man. It's that simple. It's that simple, man. Because there's brothers and sisters out there, right? They may not have that lot to be a teacher, but yet they're taking heed unto the prophets. They take heed unto the prophets, and the prophets tell them to basically prepare, to meet their Savior, prepare to get the hell up out of here, and they take heed of that. And guess what? And they get saved, man. They get that salvation. All right, so watch how you stepping, Jake. All right, and as a matter of fact, we're gonna get Yahweh Shah's words right here in Luke 41 concerning what he said about Israel's basically time management. Luke 19:41, and when he was come near, he beheld the city and wept over it. Yeah, that city Jerusalem. All right, he's doing that through the Spirit right now. Yahweh Shah is weeping over Jerusalem right now because he knows the type of desolation that's about to be brought up on it. But at the same time, he's also laughing at the 2/3, man, that don't want to take heed unto the prophets. All right, he says, saying, if thou hadst known, even thou, at least in thy day. See that? In thy day, that's concerning time. If you would have known your day, if you would have known your time, the things which belong unto thy peace, but now they are hid from thine eyes. See that? They are hid from your eyes. He says, for the day shall come upon thee, that thine enemies shall cast a trench about thee and compass thee round and keep thee in on every side. What that sound like? Quarantine, man. All right, quarantine ain't nothing new to Jake. All right. But yet we see this happening all over again. But once again, Jake don't know. Jake is over here saying that we could have a long time here, man. All right. Anyway, verse 44, and shall lay thee even with the ground, meaning that you're going to be slaughtered, man. He's going to have your ass on the ground, and thy children within thee, and they shall not leave thee one stone upon another. Why? Because thou knewest not the time. Thou knewest not the time of thy visitation. And who doesn't know the time according to the scriptures? It's Proverbs 28:5. Evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek Yahweh understand all things. See that? And he says, my people don't understand their times. I'm curious. I just want to see what that says in NLT real quick. And this is serious business, man. And this is why we always go into prophecy. Always go into prophecy so we can constantly push out that vibration amongst Israel, right? To basically prepare yourselves for this battle. Like 2 Ezra 16:40 says, right? Be ye as pilgrims in the earth. Don't be like a permanent resident here in Babylon. Don't kick your feet up. Don't get comfortable at any moment. What did Micah 2:10 say? Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. See that? Let's see. Yeah, King James said it better. But let's go down over here to Revelation. It's Revelation 19:10. He says, and I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shah. Worship Yahweh, all right? Worship Yahweh, for the testimony of Yahweh Shah is the spirit of prophecy. Now let's go into this word testimony real quick. It says, a testifying, the office committed to the prophets of testifying concerning future events. Right. It's what? A record, a report, testimony, witness. Right. So this is an office committed unto the prophets. And once again, as we get closer and closer to the end of time, it's becoming, far more evident of who actually has this testimony. Right. Because there's a time to where, it was easier, just like last year, it was easier, for a false prophet to disguise himself as a true prophet. Right. But as we get closer and closer to the crunch, until that time clock is, hit on 12, that hand hits 12 o'clock, right? Then you will discern who actually truly holds his testimony, man. Right? And statements like what I heard, like I had mentioned beforehand, shows me that you don't have the testimony, bro. You don't. Because a true prophet will in no wise say what you said. Right. Show me anywhere in Bible prophecy where the Lord told a prophet, right? Or where a prophet, basically had to push out that certain vibration amongst Israel as if it wasn't going to happen, or as if, it was going to happen, years down the line. To where he told his people to basically, don't be prepared for what's going on. This isn't until a long time from now. Now we know in the book of Daniel, right? The Lord told Daniel that these words are set up. As a matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Daniel 12. All right, but the Lord made that clear. So you'll get that not twisted. This Daniel 12. Let's see. Daniel 12:4 says, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Yeah, but guess what? The seals are broken now, man. The seals are broken. The Lamb in Revelation chapter 5 broke the seals, and that's why we understand these prophecies now. So the very fact that these seals have been broken, right, from that Lamb in Revelation chapter 5 goes to show you that we don't have a long time here anymore, man. And I don't know, once again, what made you say what you said, right? But nonetheless, this is why you're being corrected through the Spirit. And Lord willing, it'll be edifying unto you. All right, so once again, like I said, the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. That word testimony goes to bear record or bear witness. And that's an office committed unto the prophets. And to further prove, this is John 14:29, right? He says, and now, and this is Yahweh Shai speaking, and now I had told you before it come to pass. What is that called? If I was to tell you something before it come to pass, that's a prophecy. And now I have told you before it come to pass that when it is come to pass, you might believe. See that? But once again, Jake sees these things, right? But yet they don't discern it. They don't perceive it. So they don't really believe, man. Yeah, just because you know the breakdowns, right? That ICBM missiles are going to hit Babylon the Great. That don't warrant you, basically that basically doesn't show you don't understand, you still don't understand the time of when it's going to happen. All right. You can know the breakdown of something, but you can still easily be misled if you simply don't know the time. Now we know that no man, according to Matthew 24, know at the time, let me get that. Matthew 24. Matthew 24:36. He says, but of that day and hour, no man knoweth no man. No, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. Yeah, but guess what? Yahweh Shai gave us signs. He gave us signs and seasons. As a matter of fact, let's grab that real quick in 2nd Ezra chapter 9. In 2nd Ezra 9:1, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. That's how you measure the time. You measure the time by using prophecies, man. By using these current events, right, and matching them up with the scriptures. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, see that part of the signs passing, Yahweh Shai gave you some of those signs. What some of those signs will be in Matthew chapter 24, which I have told thee before. See that? Telling you something before is called what? Prophecy, just like Yahweh Shai said in John chapter 14. He says, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand. See that? You shall well understand. You shall well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Right. Verse 5, for like as all that is made in the world had a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Right. That word manifest goes into, it basically means to be made known. The end is made known. And who is the end? 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, Esau, Edom. So the very fact, right, that this man, Esau, Edom, is ruling over you right now, goes to show you that you're already in the end, bro. Right? It's literally that simple, man. The end is manifest. It's made known. It's made known, man. Let me get this real quick. I'm going to end it out. I don't want this to be too long. This First Thessalonians 5 and 1. But of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. Yeah, my brethren, they're going to know that. They're going to know that that Yahweh Shah is going to be coming back like a thief in the night. And how's a thief come? When you don't expect it, man. When you do not expect it. For the times and seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then shall sudden destruction come upon them. And what did the elites, basically uttered down, to the president and these governors, this summer? Peace, right? They lifted up all the restrictions, from the face mask. All right, they basically allow people to have their freedom once again, right? But now they're starting to put that crunch back on you. That's that sudden destruction coming back. He says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, right? And just because you're not feeling it over here in Babylon right now, that don't mean that it's not happening anywhere else. Once again, everything's pretty much made manifest now. You can easily get on your phone and see what's happening, in Australia, in Russia, in China, all these different places, man. Brazil, Cuba. Cuba's catching hell right now, man. Argentina. Yeah, that's another place. And these are part of the signs. And once again, this is why prophecy is so important, because prophecy serves as a measuring stick. It serves as a ruler, if you will, to basically allow you to measure the times, so you don't get caught in the trap of not knowing the time of when Yahweh Shah is coming back. Because if you don't know, you finish, man. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. See that? And that's how it's going to come, man. Just like a woman giving childbirth. As soon as that water breaks and she don't know when it's going to break, she starts to get those contractions, right? And the earth has been in contractions, man, right? And those contractions has been happening more and more frequently, man. All right. And the fact that they happen more and more frequently lets you know that at any time that water can break and all hell's breaking loose, then your Howard Shot's coming back, man. Right. So the very fact that these contractions are basically right after each other, right, goes to show you that we don't have a long time, man. Right. So yeah, that's pretty much all I want to touch into. Lord willing, you was edifying, man, and continue, for the sincere hearted Akianwa Aqua, continue to stay in this hastening spirit. Continue to look forward unto the day of our Lord Yahweh Shah, right? Don't have that mindset as if, we got another 50 or 100 years here, man, because we don't. I wouldn't be surprised, and it's just me speaking as a man, I wouldn't be surprised if Yahweh Shah was to come back within the next, year or two. That's just me, All right, but nonetheless, I hope you was edified. Till next time, I'm a Waffle Baba and Shalom.